Okay, so this is just a brief tutorial about tabletop, and then from tabletop position, we'll do cat-cow together. So in most of these poses, if not all the poses, foundation is really important. And especially if you're newer to the yoga practice or just weight bearing on your hands, the wrist, it's very common for the wrist to develop potential pain or discomfort. So to prevent that, it's really important to press down when we're in tabletop, down through the fingertips. And it's almost like a suction cup. The hands are pressing into the ground, but the center of the hand is like pulling back and in. So when your hands are on the mat, you're literally, your fingertips are nice and firm. It's almost like they're gripping the ground. So we'll come into it. You walk your hands about shoulder distance apart. So your hands don't have to be, they don't need to be super wide in tabletop, but underneath the shoulders here. So the hands come down onto the ground, you press down through the perimeter of the hand. And you'll notice, whether it be in your body or even in other people's bodies, this hypermobility that happens in the arm. So if your arm is like this, it's kind of intense. You're maybe dumping some of the weight into the joint, into the elbow joint. So what I would recommend is a little bend in the elbows, and the eyes of the elbows start to turn inward. So that means the eyes of the elbows, rather than if you're here, you turn the eyes of the elbows, these bad boys right here, and you turn them in so that your triceps are pointing to the outsides of the mat. Okay, so hands underneath the shoulders, press down through the fingertips, little bend, it's a micro bend in the elbows. Okay, now you look back at your knees, and your knees, not right or not necessarily wrong if your knees are together, but try opening your knees out a little bit wider so that they are underneath your hips. Now it's more of a preference whether you point your feet back or curl your toes under. For me, I like to curl my toes under because it gives my toes a little bit of that additional stretch. So once you're here, the belly pulls in towards the spine, and you tuck your chin slightly in so that you look down at the ground. And just take a few breaths here. So you take an inhale, feel the rib cage expand, and then exhale, you feel the rib cage contract. Okay, so cat-cow, you inhale to lengthen. The chest will come forward. The shoulder blades come together and even down away from the ears. Okay, lengthening through not only the spine, but through your sit bones, right? So the sit bones right back here, they're kind of like spreading and opening, if you can imagine or start to grasp that concept at all. And if it doesn't come, then it's okay, because later it will make more and more sense. Okay, so you lengthen the chest forward, and just being aware of what's happening in the neck. So refraining from, you can look up, but maybe just keep your head, your neck in a neutral position rather than dumping your head back. This doesn't feel great in my body, so it might not necessarily feel great in your body, but again, I would just keep my head level, and if anything, just gaze is lifted. The gaze is up. Exhale, tuck the chin, round in, look down at the knees. Arms stay nice and strong here still. So, and you can even experiment with the breath. So maybe it's inhale the chest forward, exhale, tuck the chin, round in. Or maybe you come back to neutral, you exhale the breath, belly down, and then inhale the spine up. So exhale and inhale. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks so much, and try it even on your own.